I got some notes right here, but it's basically about some stuff we was talking about on Facebook, and most of the notes is just something I commented on somebody else's post. I'm gonna read y'all the post when we get started, but it's basically about women, today's woman, and the choices they have, which lead to the choices that we have to make as men. Um, like I'm gonna just be real. It's the choices is slim. They it's slim pickings around here. You know what I'm saying? Especially with black women. I'm not saying there ain't no good ones. I'm saying they few and far in between. Most of the ones you're gonna meet is already, you know what I'm saying, lined up and settled down. Because good women ain't gonna last long. What's up with it? But we got these, you know what I'm saying, these sexy reds all over the damn place. It's an abundance of them motherfuckers. We don't want them. We don't need them. They just here for some damn reason. But we probably gonna get into where that shit came from leading up. But let me go ahead and tell y'all what the comment on Facebook was. It was something to the effect of men would choose a shy, polite, soft woman with zero achievements over an arrogant career woman. And I was like, yup, you're goddamn right. First of all, well, we gonna get to it, but because I got some points, 1 through 5. But men don't. We not looking for no arrogant ass woman. Don't nobody want that. Don't nobody want to deal with that shit. No loud ass, got to be seen, got to be heard ass woman. And I'm not saying she can't have no opinion and she can't talk. She's supposed to have opinion. She's supposed to be able to express herself. But I mean the woman that when you walk into the store and you over here and you hear this motherfucker before you see her, that ain't what we want. That might be what we pay attention to out in the club or, you know what I'm saying, out in the streets. And women love to say that, but that's what y'all are. Listen, what a motherfucker, and y'all know y'all got to get this understood first of all. Men are men. We go out and we explore. But the things that we go out in the streets and deal with out in the streets is not the shit that we trying to take home. The shit that we trying to take home, we want it at the house. Thing is, women feel like they be missing something out in the streets. All you gonna find out there is the street version of the dude. You know what I'm saying? You gonna find that street version. So you gonna run to that dude. You gonna get what he was looking for in the streets. The home dude ain't gonna treat you like you the home woman unless your ass at home. What's up here? I mean, and I ain't even trying to be funny. It's just that's just the truth. And one of my main problems with women be single women love to take advice from other single women. What the fuck you think you supposed to learn? I seen one today where, and it's on my Facebook page. I had to screenshot this shit and post it up. But the one was like, this nigga told me I gotta wait for Friday till he get paid. The female that shared the shit said, go find another nigga to do it. I screenshot the shit because I needed both of them responses on there so I could tell them. Why not do it for your damn self? Or wait. Like what is you trying to do that you can't wait for your man to take care of it when he get paid? Or is that a knock on a nigga that gotta wait till he get paid? I don't get it. Cause y'all realize the type of female that said get another dude to do it is the type of woman who gonna need a man for everything she got in life. And it's gonna always be a different dude because the dudes is gonna do it and they gonna stick around. They gonna do what they doing to get what they want. And then they gone. But let's get back to the topic. Men would choose a shy, polite, soft woman with zero achievements over an arrogant career woman. You're damn right. Let me get to my first point. Point number 1. Men and women are not the same. When a woman go on a first date with a man, she like to know what kind of car you drive, where you work at, how much money do you make a year, do you own a house, do you own this, do you own that? Not any man, real man, goes on that first date and gives a damn what kind of car you drive. Don't give a damn. No man is going on that first date trying to figure out how much money you make a year. Don't give a damn. Ain't no man, real man, taking you out on the first date trying to find out if you own a home or are you already buying the house that you live in. He not going to turn you down because you renting somewhere. He not going to turn you down because you stay in an apartment. That's not what men do. Now, let me get to my second point. Or do y'all need to break that down a little bit more? Let me see. A real man is not concerned about what you drive. First of all, because you're not his woman. It's none of his damn business. It's not his concern. When you become his woman, then it's his concern. Then he should give a damn what you drive. Is your tires bald? Do the motherfucker got air in them? What your gas tank look like? Is this motherfucker safe? That's the type of shit the man ain't gonna worry about when you his woman. The nigga you just giving some ass to, or the nigga you just trying to get a free meal off of, don't care about none of that. Now, cause women be like, I got my own, like it's an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? I got my own house. I got my own car. So you need to have the same thing. And I'd be like, your single ass went out and bought a house or trying to buy a house. Okay. And you say that I need to be buying a house and I need to own a house or whatever you got, I need to have. Why? Because I guarantee you, if we make it past the dating phase to the phase where we going to get married or move in together, either one, we're not going to live in both of these houses. So here come the bullshit. Which one of us going to sell our house or get rid of our house so we can move in with the other one and hear that this is my shit, this is my house? Don't nobody want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Thing about it is, or if you a smart dummy, you can sell both houses and then put y'all money together from that and go get a bigger house or just another house. See why I said smart dummy? Now you got to sell the house that you were so proud of buying. She got to sell the house she was so proud of buying in order not to step on each other's toes so y'all can have something together. Single women shouldn't be buying homes. It's really a waste. And I know people be talking about renting. Man, you pick the rent anyway. If you buying a house, you rent anyway. Mortgages last 20, 30 years sometimes. Quit paying that motherfucker and see if you own that house or not. You gonna find out real quick you was paying rent. I guarantee you. But a lot of women don't be focused on finding a mate nowhere. They be focused on impressing their homegirls and impressing Facebook so they can say the shit that Facebook say like, I got my own house, you need to have one too. Get out of here with that shit. Let's move to point 2. The reason a man not gonna give a damn about what kind of house you drive, what kind of car, and what kind of car you drive, the house, what type of job you got, how much money you make, is because men, real men, are protectors and providers. You see what I'm saying? A motherfucker that's gonna provide for you don't give a damn how much money you make. The fuck? I'm gonna provide. The shit you got is extra. Now, in today's society, we might need some help. But I don't need you to be a millionaire. I just need you to do your part. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're going to do your part, you don't need me to be a millionaire. Guess what? Most of us not millionaires. So that's the logical thing to do, is to help each other out. Don't come to me right off the back trying to use the shit out of me. And don't come to me bragging about what you got because you're not going to allow me to use the shit out of you. You'll brag about that house, but you're not gonna let me move in day one in that house that you own or that house that you paying for. Right or wrong? You'll brag about that car. Is you gonna let me drive that motherfucker? I mean, I don't need to drive. I got a couple cars my damn self, but I'm just saying. Real men don't give a damn what you got. That's these sassy ass niggas. That's these niggas that goddamn me sleeping on their homeboy couch, or the ones y'all swerving down you don't want because they'll move in with you. They give a damn what you got. They trying to see what they can come up on. I don't give a damn. The real men that I know don't give a damn. Because when it's time for us to really be together, then we going to work that out. And I'm probably going to be the one working that shit out. Because that's my role as a motherfucking protector and a provider. But women act like they can't see that these dudes you impressed with your achievements, with your houses and your cars, them ain't the niggas gonna take care of you. And the dudes are gonna come right out the back taking care of your ass, them ain't the ones that gonna stay with your ass. They'll take care of your finances. But I'm pretty sure women really want a nigga gonna take care of their finances, take care of their heart, take care of their mental stability. That type of shit. And that type of shit don't come overnight. You got to put the work in. A lot of motherfuckers ain't trying to put the work in no more. We in a microwave generation. Everybody want that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like a pizza delivery, 30 minutes or less. But microwave is faster than pizza delivery, ain't it? It's like, shit, 2-3 minutes or less. And if you get some shit that came in 2-3 minutes, then you gonna get a 2-3 minute value. You want the value of your man or your woman or your relationship to go up, then you got to put some work into that man or that woman. I seen another post today that said something to the effect of, quit checking to see if that nigga cheating on you and check to see if he happy. I said, ooh, that was a big one right there. Because a woman will put a lot of effort in it, you know what I'm saying, checking on a dude or running to a dude or looking through his phone or following his ass. But if you put that energy into making your man or your husband or your baby father or whoever it is a happy man, you ain't got to check no phone. You ain't got to run behind dude. You ain't got to wonder where he at. You ain't got to be calling trying to see what time you coming home. Shit, you already on his way. When home is the happy place, that's where the you go. Home. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. When home is where you happy at, that's where you go. When home is where you got to argue at, where you got to be stressed out about shit at, man, look, when you ain't getting none of that at the house, then you start looking other places to go and find happiness. Then you start talking to other women, even if it's just talking to get some conversation or to get somebody to understand your point of view. Because we all need that. Men and women gonna need somebody to listen to them at the end of the day and say, you know what? I feel you. If that's your man or your woman, that's who the hell you gonna talk to. But if that's not your man and your woman, we human, so we gonna find that anyway. Point 3. And I don't know how long this video gonna be. It's probably not gonna be too long. I was talking about power couples. Just to carry on for what I was just saying. I would like to say, well, I ain't gonna say I would like to, but maybe I need to say, most power couples that you see are a mirage. The power couple shit works when you help each other build that power, that structure. It don't work when you do it another way. You see what I'm saying? One of the most famous lines was, she wasn't with me shooting in the gym. That's what the shooting in the gym part is, the building. When you building shit, fuck the championships. Because the motherfucker who went to the gym and put up all the work, did all the practicing, they know where the championship came from. The motherfucker who was at home getting their nails done at the spa, when the championship comes, you want to pop bottles and celebrate. Oh, baby, can't wait till we get home. And you don't understand, this nigga don't want to go home. It's time to celebrate. Who we want to celebrate with? These niggas right here. They was in the gym. They was running up and down the court. They was sweating. They was going through everything that I was going through. They understand. They deserve this celebration. You just want to go to the Bahamas when it's over. You just want to go to the Caymans. You just want to go to Cancun or whatever. Now that I got the championship. Thing is, you got to build that shit. And you got to build it together if you want to enjoy it together. Perfect example of some shit we've been seeing lately is Shaq's soft ass. Shaq's wife recently told him, I never loved you. She say she was hoping to love the man that she had built his family with, but I'm thinking, but you were with this guy a long time before y'all started a family. You were with this man before he signed his first contract. You never loved him. You was waiting on the contract. You got the kids to hold that man in place for a while you put your plan together. Thing is, as soon as Shawty got her business off the ground and basketball wives and shit got to popping, she left that nigga high and dry. High and motherfucking dry. And then it come out all these years later, she never loved him. Man, we know that. What woman gonna love Shaq stupid ass? That nigga about as dumb as a box of grapes. Just being real, dude dumb as hell, man. And I be trying, I've been told y'all, and this is the thing about it. All the shit that I be telling y'all about these dudes and these women is getting a little bit more clearer to a lot of folks now with the shit that Drake and them going through. Cause I compare Shaq to Drake. And it's just like, when you see now, all these companies is mad. They mad. You don't hear nothing about the NFL, nothing about UMG, nothing about the NBA, Nike, or this company or that company. When you hear Drake got a #1 record, them companies not gonna say nothing. They just getting their money. They invested in this man. But now that he getting took down through there, they coming out the woodwork like, hey man, y'all better leave dude alone. Hey, y'all fucking with our money. Y'all fucking with our investment. Because they built this man. I've been telling y'all that for a long time. I've been telling y'all this way before Kendrick and them ever had a beef. I said, look, there's a lot of people invested in Drake. It's a lot of money behind this dude. They buy his spins on the radio. They buy him the best beats. They buy him the best ghostwriters. Because there's money invested in dude's success. It's the same way with Shaq. There's a lot of money invested in Shaq, big dumbass. He don't need to do nothing but be himself. Motherfucker wanted to say I was hating. I'm not hating. They was talking about Shannon Sharpe, and no, we not gonna bring Shannon Sharpe in this. But they were talking about Shaq wasn't a hater and he wasn't hating on Joker. And I said, you was a goddamn lie. Let me tell y'all something. I said, this is the thing about it. Joker got skills. Joker got real skill. He can dribble the ball. He can run the motherfucker down the court. He got court vision. He can pass the ball. He can goddamn get the ball to the open man. He can dunk that motherfucker. He can block a shot. He can shoot a three-pointer. He can shoot a free throw. You just want to be on TV. That's all. Like, is you going to contribute to what we got going on, or you just want to be pretty? She want to be pretty, y'all. Say what's up. Give me 5. Do a trick. I'm not going to put it... All right, then. Spoiled bastard. Anyway. This man got 3-point shot, all that. What else he got? 3 MVPs in a row. Shaq got 1 in life. And this is the reason Shaq hates. Because Shaq didn't have nothing going for himself except he's a big motherfucker. Let me rewind it while I just told y'all about all Joker skills. Do you realize if Shaq was a foot shorter, he would never have made the NBA? You just take a foot off his life, nigga would still be well over 6 feet tall. Never made the NBA. Shaq ain't got a free throw shot. He ain't got a jump shot. He ain't nothing but a dunk. So if you ain't the biggest nigga on the court and you can come through there plowing shit, then what the fuck is you good for, Shaq? You can't dribble. You can't pass. You can't shoot. You can't free throw. Bro, all you can do is move niggas out the way and dunk on them. So, no, not even a sky hook. So if you can't move niggas out the way and dunk on them, you would have never made the NBA, bro. You would have been a tall-ass car salesman. You've been 6'2", 6'3" car salesman, bro. Used cars, or maybe a cop or something. But we all know the degrees you got and shit. You didn't go to college for them degrees, bro. You got them because you was big as fuck. Motherfuckers just wanted to be associated with you, so they gave you a doctor. They made you an honorary police officer. They made you this. They made you that. They gave you a movie. All this shit, bro. You ain't a hell of a rapper. You was just a big ass nigga in the NBA. They called attention, so motherfuckers put you on a song. Motherfuckers wrote you verses. And this ain't just a hate on Shaq, I'm just saying, but bro, you just a big ass human being, so motherfuckers gave you a lot of shit. But they also used the shit out of you and invested in you, and now you have to do what they say. There's a reason why Drake wear fingernail polish. He got to do what they say. They want him to help feminize the culture. It's the reason why you wear dresses. Because they want you to. Your big 7'3", 377-pound ass ain't woke up one morning and said, you know, I think I want to wear a dress today. I'm going to put some makeup and a wig on. Nah, bro. No, sir. These folks have put a lot of money into you. And every time they need you, they put a little bit more money in you. They give you a new commercial. They give you a new razor. They give you some new Gold Bond foot powder. They give you some new Icy Hot. Some new something. But you got to do what the hell they say do. So when it came down to you getting married, it was no surprise that your wife didn't love you. She invested in you. She gave you some pussy, some coochie to get a wedding ring. And once she got that ring, once she got them babies, she laid back at the house. Look, there's one thing about it. And I don't even want to bring LeBron up, but let's talk about his wife. I can't remember the last time that nigga had a basketball game and his wife wasn't out there. For the life of me, I'm not saying your wife wasn't at your games, bro, but I don't remember that. I remember Kobe's wife being there. I don't remember your wife being there every time you hit a shot, jumping up and down, the camera going, oh, there goes Shawty. Man, Shawty was at the motherfucking house, chilling with her nigga. Did we know she was cheating on you with? You know what I'm saying? It's all public knowledge, bro. What's up, Pat? Man, I'm just saying. It ain't even about dude not being good at the sport. It's just about proving the fact that they used the shit out of him. They still is. The same way they do Drake. And it ain't even about them. We was really talking about how his wife used it. Because I was talking about power couples. You see what I'm saying? Once she got to the point where she had her own power, which was basketball wives, she became a basketball ex-wife. You see what I'm saying? She ain't love Shaq. She wanted the power. And that's what I be saying. You ain't in it to win it. You ain't helping build this brand. You got an ulterior motive. On the post, this is what I told him. I said, look here. Women want you to have all of this, and they want to have all this, and they for some get down. They think that y'all gonna merge together. You Nike, she Reebok, and they think you finna come out with a Neebok. Nike and Reebok wasn't never gonna merge. They was never gonna say, hey, bro, we a $1 billion company, y'all $1 billion company, let's make a $2 billion company. It don't work like that. You see what I'm saying? They always was gonna be in competition. Women love competition. Men love competition. And it sounds good to say, well, we gonna compete on who gonna. It don't work like that. Because the woman gonna watch you stack your money, and then she gonna tell you, hey, baby, you know you straight. So you just spend your money on the bills in the house and the car and the kids and all this and that. And I use my money for a hard fall. If we ever need the money, it's here. No. Basically what you telling me is, be the sucker, pay for all this shit, and then when you push me down, you straight. Because women already will tell you in so many words, and look, bro, I'm not gonna fuck with you if you go broke. That ain't what I'm here for. That is not what I'm here for. And I'm not telling you not to fuck with a woman that got her shit together. I'm telling you not to fuck with a woman who want to compete with you. Because at the end of the day, a competition is meant to be won. And the woman gonna win. They fight dirty. I'm gonna give you another example. Jesus had his shit together, right? Rapping, doing his thing. Jenny May had her shit together, right? All on TV, talk show, view, doing her thing. Had her shit together so much to the point where she pulled out an ink pen and signed a prenup. And then she went crazy and her true self came out and that man filed for divorce. And it should have just been real smooth. Except he believed in her head she wasn't right. So he was like, look, man, let me fight for my kid. I need to get my daughter away from her. She on this fruity shit. She trying to raise a little girl is gender neutral. I'm not with none of that. Then all of a sudden it was, Your Honor, I need to know how can I get up off of this prenup I signed. And they're like, get the front. Yeah, I didn't know how much he was really worth. If I knew that, I would have never signed. What type of female sign a prenup and then come back and tell the judge that she only signed it because she didn't know how much this man was really worth? You got a steady paycheck. You on TV every day. You make enough money to support you and your child, even if he wasn't gonna help you. Why are you trying to get half of his money when you already agreed you didn't need or want it? Is it because you're greedy or is it just out of spite? But see, that's that power couple shit because it's real. Look, that would have been one of the easiest power couples. Very easy. She got her job. She getting out the house every day. She can live the way she want to live, even if he ain't paying for it. She can go to the spa. She can get the nail done. She can buy the house. She can get whatever kind of Lambo, Ferrari, what you want, a Bentayga or something you want. What you want? You can get any of that yourself. Got a husband that probably will go buy the shit. But if you wanted it, you could have went and got it yourself. You could have got the best child care for your daughter while you at work. And while he on tour, while he in the studio, whatever. But the man even was coming home at night. This nigga's a rapper. He coming home at night, ain't in the studio. Let your whole family move in the house. And you try to hit them with well, he had guns around the house and this and that. Well, you know, you were married to that man for, you know what I'm saying, over a year and you never complained about none of that. You never had a problem with none of that. Until after he said he was leaving, till after he said he wanted full custody of his daughter. Then all of a sudden, you say, well, the man was beating on me and he was cheating on me. And when and where did all this happen and you never complained? See, my thing is, you got all this shit to say over a year after he filed for divorce that he was doing to you. But it took you a year to remember that this man was putting his hands on you. It took you a year to remember that this man was having guns all around the house. It took you a year to remember this man was talking bad to you because when it first happened, you were saying, y'all need to reconcile y'all marriage and you still love this man. Y'all need to stay together. And I'm like, it just don't sound like you was a battered woman. I know, you know what I'm saying, I ain't going to put it in and say battered women, all of them be wanting to leave. Some of them be scared to leave. But I've never seen a woman that was getting abused, beat up, and guns all around the house, and this man doing all these things to you. And when he tried to leave, she tried to stop him. Them type of women to be scared to leave these dudes, if them dudes ever be like, hey, bitch, get your shit and just get out. Matter of fact, don't even worry about it. I'm going to get my shit and I'm going to go. They don't go grab that man by his pants leg and, no, stay. Especially not if they got the type of bank account they can be self-sufficient. Another problem that I be seeing with women, and this ain't just to bash women, but another problem I see with women is A lot of women have the I can do it myself or I can do it too attitude. And in a relationship, they don't realize that once they get to screaming, you know what I'm saying, they hear that I can do it myself and I can do it too. They, for some reason, never hear the man when he say, okay, do it then. Thing is, the dude don't want to sit around and wait for you or watch you do it. He gonna go find another woman to need him. Think about men. Women, if y'all don't know this, we have a thing about being needed. Men want to be needed. That's why I try to tell y'all when we were talking about the independence, and it's like women be like, "Oh, I'm independent." Well, independent is just celebrating the fact that you don't need nobody. And as a man don't really want to be around where he not needed. You see what I'm saying? If I come home, or let's say you call me at work, baby, the door squeaky and woo woo woo, and then I come home an hour later, I'm like, which door you talking about? Oh, I had dude in this door come over here. Yeah, what? Then you call me and tell me you got a flat tire and I rush home from work. And when I get there, there's some nigga out there fixing your what? Because I'm gonna tell you some real shit. If I pull up to the house and you cooking and you like, baby, I'm making your favorite, and I tell y'all I'm straight. I was hungry when I left work, so I just stopped at Brenda's house. You know what I'm saying? She was cooking. I didn't know you were cooking, so I just stopped over there and ate a little something. What? You ain't going for that shit. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I am. Since I'm a man, I know that men want to be needed. We have listen, men being needed is a part of being a man, just as much as a woman want to be wanted. You know, needs and wants are different, but men want to be needed. Women need to be wanted. Don't no woman want to come home or be home every day and her man walk in the house don't never tell her, baby, I'm so glad you here. I'm so glad you my woman. You beautiful, all this and that. She might not expect to hear it every day, but if she don't never hear it, I guarantee you, it's a nigga at work gonna say it, and she just gonna happen all the time. If you ever watch a TV show, or you know how shit go, y'all know how job shit go. The dude that your woman gonna cheat on you at work is the dude that's always telling how beautiful she is, always telling he appreciate her and all this and that, and ooh this and that, ooh girl, you're working it today, you look good. She might not even like this dude, he ain't even her type, but every day he got him compliments for her when she come to work. He making her feel good about herself. He making her feel like a woman, and you ain't doing that, dude gonna knock your woman off with his ugly, stinking ass. That shit will go. I'm trying to tell you, the same way people get married and fall in love later. That nigga that she seen the first day of work that was not her type becomes her type after all them compliments, after all that uplifting, after that pedestal get high enough, she don't even see the ugly shit no more. She see the nigga that make her feel good. That nigga that got her self-esteem up on 10. Thing is, that nigga shooting in the gym every day, putting that work in. You a man, you a boyfriend, you a baby daddy, you a husband, you supposed to be doing that. The same way she supposed to be needing you. Because I guarantee you, it's a woman at work that will tell your man, hey, can you fix my sink? Can you pump this gas? Can you put some air in my tire? Can you fix that squeaky door? Can you check on this toilet? Can you paint the wall in the back room at the house? Y'all seen what happened on BML? That man didn't go over there looking for no ass. He was over there helping out. Being needed. That nigga was being needed. But while he was being needed, and that woman finally got what she wanted, There was a doctor on the other side of town that was over there wanting this nigga woman. What did he tell her? I've been wanting you all this time. Been wanting you. I've been loving you since we was kids, since we was in school. Now I can't make this shit up. This shit real life. The dude that's sitting here wanting your woman will eventually get her if you don't want her. The woman that's sitting over here needing your man will eventually get him if you don't need him. That's how shit go. I'm just being real with you. You know what I'm saying? I might have a funny way of expressing shit or a funny way of saying it, or I might have just a different way that you can understand when I put it how I put it. But either way it go, men and women are complex, but we not that complex. This shit been going on since the beginning of time, man, and it's been figured out a bunch of times. Thing is, after so long of getting everything in the groove of how it work and how it go, and things going almost perfect, ain't nothing gonna be perfect, but going almost perfect, that generation that don't have that struggle, that don't have that them issues because they done worked all that out and got in their spot, they get complacent. See, we are in one of the generations now that's coming right after the complacency. And I'm going to break that back down. When you go to the 50s and the 60s, you had a man and his wife. They had kids. The kids were respectable. The kids wanted to be like their father or they wanted to be like their mother. They spent time with their grandparents. Why? Because grandma and grandpa were still together. Marriages lasted through the test of time. And they lasted through the good shit. They made it through the bullshit. Ain't like that no more. But let me tell you something. When you go back to them 50s and them 60s, little girls wore dresses with slips and stockings and shorts and shit up underneath. Little boys come outside with suits on. Respectable. You know what I'm saying? They went outside doing this and shooting at each other and killing each other, and you could use an op. None of that. None of that. That shit came later. Why? Because it's another type of people that figured out that if he can get us out the house, the man, then he can easily control the woman. Don't take nothing but a little bit of money, a little bit of free shit. That's what she want. And if she don't want it, she gonna need it once we get that man out the house. How do we get him out the house? Because they don't break up. These motherfuckers stay together. God damn, they stay together. I'm gonna tell you how you break them up. And I done said this shit before. One of the first ways they started breaking up the black household was the Vietnam War. A war that wasn't about shit. It was falsified. It was fake. We were fighting it for nothing. But guess what we was doing? Getting drafted against our motherfucking will. Getting taken out the house against our will. Sent way over there against our will. And then left over there with the Vietnamese women, the Laotian women, the drug and disease, the mental instabilities, and most of the men that came back and tried to come back to them households, shit, them women had moved on. They had moved the fuck on. They got them a stepdaddy. They got them a woman. They boys grew up without a father while them niggas was gone. The pimps came in while them dudes were gone. Started turning these mothers into 304s and worse. And as soon as that was over, even before that was over, some more shit came into play. The drugs came into play. The smack daddy, you know what I'm talking about? And the 70s was alive. You had the 50s and the 60s, like everything was respectable. But them 70s, that's when the process came through, started fucking everything up. By the time the 80s came, you still had some black men and black women that were still together. It was hard. They were working it out. They were trying their best. Kids were still a little bit respectful, but they weren't all the way respectful. Them suits and shit, oh, that was a thing of the past. Them suits and nice haircuts and shit, that was a thing of the past. They started sneaking in fishnet tank tops and shit, little bitty ass shorts. And it wasn't even feminizing. It wasn't recognizable. But it was the 80s. And I try to tell people, I'm like, look, man, we can talk about the skinny jeans and the this and that and the shit that these kids do today. But I remember grown ass men wearing biker shorts in the 80s with the colorful stripe down the side. No gym shorts on top of them, just the biker shorts. All your business out there with a t-shirt and some J's or some Forces, you know what I'm saying, or some Flights. And it wasn't nothing fruity about it. If you look at this shit now, you like, oh yeah, them niggas were fruity. They didn't feel that way and they didn't act that way. That shit started coming about in the 90s. But they had to soften it up first. You see what I'm saying? They softened it up, the adults was doing it, and the kids was just seeing it. Well, you know the kids don't understand. They don't have the same. By the time the 90s kicked all the way in, either you had to be soft or you had to be hard. Wasn't too much in between. You was soft or you was hard. By that time, black men was incarcerated at such a high number, dying, drugs, war, you know what I'm saying, stepdaddy, disrespected. It made it easy for people to not notice how the kids were being took. And when I say took, I mean the way they was being shaped and molded right under their parents' nose. Because I remember coming up, joining the gangs and shit. I was still living with my mama, but it was to a point where she couldn't stop that. Had a man in the house. I didn't respect him. He didn't love me. He didn't give a damn about me. He was a stepdad. He was there for her. And I learned a lot of shit from that. But if I would have knew as a kid the things that I know now, my life would have been a lot different. Everybody around me life would have been different because I would have been teaching other kids this shit as a kid. Instead of some of the shit I was teaching kids as a kid. And yes, I was out there teaching motherfuckers the wrong shit as a jit. That's a kid. But we all, I ain't gonna say we all, but most of us been through that. We know what I'm getting at. When they started the early 2000s, then they started putting the fruity shit in all the programming. Started making motherfuckers feel like, well, it came later in the 2000s. But later on in the 2000s, they started making you feel like, well, you know what, if you ain't with it, then it's something wrong with you. To the point today where it's like, look, them folks got more rights than we do. If you get down with some of that, then you're going to get these contracts, you're going to get these jobs, you're going to get these extra rights, you're going to get them untouchable. Motherfuckers can't respect you, they can't say nothing about you, motherfuckers really can't even fire you. I seen a show today, me and my mom be watching called The Resident. And at this part of the show, it was a gay couple trying to adopt this girl baby. And the baby had just been born premature, but the baby was all right. And her parents didn't know. Well, they knew she was pregnant. They didn't want to have nothing to do with her. And she was trying to explain to the gay couple that her friend had told her mama and daddy that she had the baby, and they was at the hospital. They was on their way up, and she was saying, "Oh shit, look, my family not like me. They not going to agree with y'all lifestyle, and if they find out that I let y'all get the baby, they gonna pretty much cut me off. So I need one of y'all to step out and act like your wife is at work or she just got called off or she had to go or something." They was like, Now think about it. These two people is gay. At no point in this show have they been seen hugging, kissing, you know what I'm saying, having sex or none of that. But when the girl say this, one gay dude say, I grew up in the South. And it was hard for me to come out. I had to hide for a long time. I'll never go back to that. That's when they show down their hands. Now their hands are like this. And they going like this. Standing beside this girl's hospital bed. And I look at my mom and I say, Mom, you notice that's the thing to be wrong. I said, they ain't felt no need to have no public display of affection all show. And as soon as she tell them, this is what I want y'all to do and need y'all to do, instead of them saying okay or just even no. They know they want this baby. Who they want this baby? They've been praying and hoping for this baby. And they know what this woman is telling them, that they not fit to get this baby if y'all do this. They didn't give a fuck about their baby. They gave more of a fuck about showing this girl, mom and daddy, that we together in your face and you gonna deal with it or not. And then they lost the baby. Because mom and daddy walked in and all of a sudden like, who are these gentlemen? I said, boy. Mama, you see what I'm talking about? I say, no matter what they want out of life, showing everybody, telling everybody, putting that shit in everybody's face is more important than anything else. That's why they don't need that child. I said, because at the end of the day, if they felt like they was the best person for their child, then why they didn't put the child's best interest at heart? They wanted to put their sexuality at the forefront before the child and the child well-being. They didn't deserve their baby. And because they're gay, it's because they'd rather be gay than be fathers or parents. We did get too comfortable and we did start pushing boundaries. But the thing about it is, I feel like we got comfortable and let our boundaries be pushed, be expanded beyond our reach. Till all of a sudden, like I was telling you about Shaq, like I was telling you about Drake, it was a point where these dudes had a soul. They had some type of control over their life. And little by little, motherfuckers were chipping away at it. Every day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let me see if I can explain it to you like this. If you ever seen the $1 Million Worth of Game episode with Mace, and he's talking about Fabio. He was like, man, they say you gave the young boy 5,000. He was like, no, I really gave him 50-something thousand before I went and got him 750,000. They were like, hold on, explain that. He was like, look, I signed him for the 50. But then you got to understand that I was paying for his hotels. I was paying for his food. I was buying him clothes. I was flying him over here, setting up show. It got to a point where you earned the 5,000. I gave you 5,000. You signed the contract. You earned that. But I done did all the other stuff for you. You owe me. Your time ain't your time no more. Your words ain't your words no more. Because I need you to be over here at 2 o'clock and I need you to say this right here to them. And you owe me, so do it. All of a sudden, your time ain't your time no more. Your words ain't your words no more. You don't own yourself no more. Because these people did so much for you, now they dangling over your head. You see what I'm saying? That's like we all thought people was laughing at Rick Ross when he was like, man, you ain't got more money than me. You ain't got more this than me. You ain't got, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got more money than me. Man, Drake got way more money than Rick Ross. No, he don't. No, the fuck he don't. Let me explain something to you. Drake is in a big ass 360 deal. Yeah, they gave him $400 million. Ooh, $400 million, about $500 million. Bro don't own his name no more. He don't own the name Drake. He don't own the name OVO. He don't own that Al symbol. When them shoes come out with the OVO on it, he don't own that. He don't make no money off of that shit. You got your money. You don't get nothing else. That's our money. When you go on tour with 21 Savage, you 21, can you do something for me? Nigga, we get that money. You been paid already. Nigga, when you drop them new sweatshirts and them new jackets and them new shoes and them new whatever you doing, give us that. When you drop that new album, that's ours. When you got that new video, that's ours. They own his merchandise and they own his NIL. All of that. His name, image, and likeness, boy, anything Drake do. They own that UMG, own all that shit. When you getting spins on the radio, when you getting spins on YouTube, man, you don't get them checks, bro. Them go to UMG. They own all of that. Anything with Drake signed his name on, they own it already. Because they own the name Drake. OVO, they own the name OVO. They paid for all of it years ago. So when he's spending through that money and burning through that money, you make no more money, my guy. 20 years from now, you don't have no royalties. You don't have no publishing. When you go on tour, you don't have no touring. They own all of that. So y'all be like, yeah, he got no, he don't. The man had 400 million every day, it go down a little bit. Now 400 million, a whole lot of goddamn money. But every day it go down a little bit. See, when you running around with the dogs, you got to pay the dogs. You run around for security, you got to pay security. When you eating, you got to pay for that food. You ain't paying for shit. They already paid. They paid good. Ask them. That's why they telling these motherfuckers, hey, better lay out, Drake, boy, that's our money. You fucking with our money. We got to recoup. We got to make 400 million, we got to recoup. And we ain't stopping until we get at least 800 million. So we need these shoes to sell. We need these jackets to sell. We need these concerts to sell out. We need this nigga dropping 2 albums a year, every motherfucking year. We don't give a damn if he can rap it or write it or not. We gonna hire somebody to write the shit, nigga. You just get your bitch ass in the booth. Say the shit we told you to say and go home. This shit real talk, man. And I know y'all don't see the business like that. Y'all think that a motherfucker go in the booth and he rap and somebody produce the shit and then they go to stores and he sell and he get a percentage and he go to the radio and they spending their time and he get a percentage and then he go on tour and they pay all the people and then he get paid out the back. Nope. Now when you in that 360 deal, you been paid already. Now you just work. That's how they go. You work and you pay these motherfuckers their money back. You feel like you done did something. Because it's like when Birdman, I try to tell people, I'm like, everybody used to think Birdman had all that money. It was an illusion. That's why him and Turk don't get along now. Because Turk told him, nigga, them was Geneva watches we was wearing. Nigga, we used to be driving Young Buck, and Young Buck been said that shit. He was like, man, when y'all go watch them videos, nigga, it was me and my homeboy in them cars in them videos. Turkey admitted that he was like, man, them was other niggas' cars in the videos. He was like, nigga, we be driving Hummers in the videos, and then when the video shoot up, we jump in the 4Runner and go home. The bitches used to always ask us, I thought y'all had Benz and Hummers and Lexus and shit, and we pull up over there trying to get something. Like, yeah, we do. We can't be sliding through the hood with that shit, nigga. These are underbucket cars. But nigga, the whole world, everybody who ain't cash money, everybody who just don't know y'all is thinking that when these videos over, you sliding in the Hummer, you sliding in the Benz on 20-inch rims, huh? You know what I'm saying? I had to learn the hard way because you know what I'm saying? I grew up in that era. So I had to become the nigga that was sliding in the Benz on 20-inch rims. You see what I'm saying? It's just how it is. I didn't know that shit wasn't real with them. The females that I grew up around didn't know that shit wasn't real with them, so we had to compete with some niggas who wasn't doing what we was out here hustling to do. We was out here trying to get real money because we thought these niggas got real money. These motherfucking females, that's what they want. They see this shit on TV, and they still do. They still look at Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives and swerving down these females. They see, listen, half of the women on Basketball Wives ain't never been married to an NBA player in their life. I used to trip because Stephen J. and Jocelyn them used to do a season of Love and Hip Hop, and when the season's over, they be right here in Little Rock, Arkansas with the club. I know Hollywood Tanya, the motherfucker who bring them down here. pay them $5,000 to do a walkthrough. And then these females show up at the club to take pictures with them and don't realize that you got a nigga at home that got way more money than this one you show up here taking pictures with. You got more money in your bank account than you little mama got. They out here struggling trying to get it paid because they live in a lifestyle that they can't maintain without walking through a club for $5,000 every other night. They is not living that lifestyle you think they is. When that show go off, they move out that Airbnb that they've been renting, the show been renting. Them cars that they be driving, right back to the dealership. You think it ain't when it is. I'm just being for real. It's a lot of motherfuckers out here to watch this shit and hustle and go get their own shit and end up getting more than the people that motivated them. We was on Birdman though. Birdman got a big ass check from the record label. The same way I just told y'all they gave Drake $400. That's the kind of check Birdman got. And they was like, bro, you gonna have to use this to put albums out. You're going to have to use this to pay for your features. You're going to have to use this to pay for your production. And I'm going to tell y'all what Birdman feel like he could do. What he did, which is take this money and not live up to the end of the bargain. Because he was sitting there like, you know what? And if you don't believe me, go back and look at the Cash Money albums. Tell me how many features they had on there from outside Cash Money. Birdman wasn't paying no motherfucking no money to come get on these albums. How many ghostwriters? None. They used to pay Bun B. If you go look, Hot Boy's first album, Bun B rap on one song. I think Fuck the World. Bun B is who they used to pay to come work with Wayne and Lil Turk and them and help them formulate, not write, but formulate their raps into verses. When it came down to production, Birdman had money to go pay a motherfucking DJ Quick, a Dr. Dre, a Beatnuts, a Premier, a Neptunes, or somebody. Why in the fuck am I gonna pay some money fresh? I need you to make every motherfucking beat we do. And I got you on contract. When they started using Jazzy Faye, it was Manny Fresh and Jazzy Faye, and they had them on contract. He did them the same way. You can look it up. The main paid Jazzy Faye one time. And he got 100 beats. Told him, look, nigga, I need 100 beats. And I'm going to pay you right now what 100 beats worth. Jazzy Faye wasn't, you know what I'm saying, wasn't Jazzy Faye at the time. I mean, he was Jazzy Faye, but he wasn't Jazzy Fizzle. So he took that check and carried money on that nigga for 100 beats. I don't know if they ever got their 100 beats, but I do know that Birdman was slick with it. He paid that man one lump sum up front instead of got him waiting and paying him every beat. See, the thing is, you didn't pay him every beat. You got to realize Jazzy Faye got to that point where he was charging motherfuckers 60, 70,000 for a beat, 100,000 for a beat. And you probably got 100 beats for $2,000 a beat. So nigga, here go 200,000, bro. I need 100 beats from you. He looked at the 100,000 to 200,000 like shit. Boy, it's on. Until you realize, nigga, 3 months down the line, nigga, I'm in heavy rotation, bro. I'm a big name around here. Motherfucker paying me 20 times this amount. But that man's career faded because he was working for Birdman. I try to tell him, I'm like, man, y'all just got to realize, man, this situation with the money and the dynamics between men and women ain't always what you think it is. You got to look behind the scenes. You got to look behind the yellow tape, behind the red tape. It's always a different story where you find out where the money coming from. And that's why I say, once you start knowing all that shit and you look at the relationships of men and women, you start seeing shit different. I just say it like this, man. I believe we can find a balance, but we're going to have to go back to a more simple life. And I would hate to say this, but you gotta look at it like this. The things that we spend our money on, ain't too many other cultures, other races spend their money on that bullshit. And if they do, it's because they trying to be part of our culture. I can guarantee you right now, if it's a white dude, an Asian dude, you know what I'm saying, a Moroccan dude, somewhere with 2 chains on like this, he trying to be part of our culture. He ain't sticking to his own. If he got a ring on like this, he trying to be part of our culture. He ain't sticking to his own. If he got candy painted cars out in the driveway, who culture you think he trying to be part of? All this expensive shit that we waste our money on. Thing is, it's not that other race and culture advertising that shit to us. They go pay a motherfucker like Drake or Shaq or whoever to advertise this shit to us. Make them look rich, make them look like king, get them a little slice of the pie, but it was big ass slice to us when we see it. Big ass slice. But they'll get them their little slice of the pie. Make them look big and bad or rich or whatever. And we see that shit the same way I was seeing Birdman, them, Cash Money, Master P, them, how they were riding, how they were living. The females see that shit. And I try to explain to folks, man, one of the worst things we ever did in hip hop was allow M in. I'm gonna explain it because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm hating on dude. When we allowed M in, he held the door open for all the other people in his race to have a say-so, to have an outlet, to have a way in. What we forgot when we let dude in was it was a reason why we created hip-hop, and it was to keep people like M and his fan base out of our business. Hip-hop was a way for us to communicate, a way for us to talk, a way for us to raise our people, to raise our consciousness level. Good or bad, it was a way for us to communicate without them being in the business, knowing what was going on, being able to infiltrate. Once we let them in, they figured it out and they infiltrated. They started manipulating. They started using and abusing. Now, anything they want us to do, anywhere they want us to lean, all they got to do is use our form of communication. I'm going to tell you something. Beyonce dropped the country album not too long ago. How many black women have you seen walking around with cowboy boots and cowboy hats since that album came out? I'll wait. They all over the place. They taking photo shoots and it's always the country thing. Let's put some cowboy boots on, let's put your country shit on, let's do this. Even a couple of these dudes is doing it. And I'm not saying that we broke this down already. A lot of our people were already into that because that's just how they was. That's how they was raised. But my thing is, that exposes how many followers there are in this world, because when she started doing it, so just imagine if those people, the powers that be, took their money and put it behind hip-hop and put it behind these artists, behind these influencers that I be telling you about, the influencers, and started creating mild-mannered, well-behaved, modestly dressed followers. They don't want that. They don't want young ladies running around here dressed like young ladies. They don't want young men running around here dressed and behaving like young men. They want you behaving like Bloods, Crips, BDs, GDs is a new thing. They advertise the BDs and the GDs a lot. And I be on all platforms tearing all that shit down. All of them. I tell them, somebody was saying something about they was talking about Kanye West. Oh, Kanye West, the BDs, and he was blowing up the GDs at first. And I'm like, bro, how stupid are you saying? When I was a kid, BDs, GDs, IGDs, all that shit was the same. They might have had a little bit different principles, but they was all folks, bro. Now they have no principles. I have not heard nothing about none of the other gangs in Chicago. It's like almost like they didn't cease to exist. All you hear is BDs and G's because that's what they pushing. That's what they pushing in the media. You wouldn't even know that Chicago was a big ass city. In the media, you would think Chicago was just O-Block. You think it was 43rd, 44th, and 45th. Them was the only streets that exist in Chicago. Because that's what they're going to push, because that's where a lot of the ignorant shit coming from. And that's what they want you to know about the ignorant shit. They not shining light on no other areas with no positive shit going on in it. It's kind of like when the virus hit, and all of a sudden, it's like there no other diseases or virus exist. Everything that got somebody sick, it was that. I be telling my mom, I'm like, Mom, you realize the media was falsifying the bullshit. Like, I know people that left this world one type of way, but then once you hear about the newspaper, you hear about the news, they try to say that they left that way. They didn't exit stage right. They exited stage left. I remember seeing that being there, my brother crying, wetting my shirt up about his grandma. And her diabetes and what it was doing to her. And then a couple of days later, I was getting a call that she was going to the hospital. The same exact thing happened with her diabetes. Her sugar had dropped, bottomed out. And when she get to the hospital, they didn't even treat her for that. They treated her for the other shit and said the other shit took out. Nah, bro. It ain't had nothing to do with her respiratory system. It ain't had nothing to do with none of that. Her sugar dropped, bro. She bottomed out, and then she left this world because y'all didn't even treat that. I know somebody that left this world in a car wreck. And when the news came back, they said that it was the other shit, the virus. We, as a world, not just a community or people, the whole world watched George Floyd lead this world. We know exactly how he did it. A dude named David Chabon stood on his motherfucking, put that knee on his neck for like 9 minutes and some change. And I promise you, when he got to the morgue, you can look it up, they did an autopsy on him, tried to say the man had that C virus. And I'm like, we watched this man go on camera. Why would y'all even be doing an autopsy? Why would that shit even come up? Even if he did have it. We know that's not what killed him. But what I'm saying is, what I said a minute ago, you got to learn how to look behind that tape and say, fuck what's going on, but why is it going on? My thing is, yes, we can find the balance. We can straighten our people out. But we have to become the influencers. We had to get on the YouTube. We had to get in the music. We had to get on the TV. We had to get on the radio and start telling the motherfucking truth instead of just getting on here and being followers. You know what I'm saying? We got to start educating these women instead of just letting them follow other women who don't know shit. Every man is going to love a woman to death once he get through raising her. I'm not talking about raising her like you raise a child, but I'm just saying, you teach a person how to love you. You don't expect the motherfucker to just know exactly how to love you when you meet them. So you have to teach a woman how to be your wife. You have to teach a man how to be your husband. I be seeing also people make posts that say like, you don't give husband benefits to your boyfriend. That's single woman advice. Obviously, you do. You do. When you want a man to love you like a husband love a wife, show him why it's beneficial for you to take you as his wife and quit letting you be his girlfriend, his thing on that I see on the weekend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be more than that, then you got to be more than that. You know, my mama told me when I was young, when I was going for my first job, and I had on like some jeans and a polo shirt, and she was like, "Nah, go in there, put them slacks on, get button down and they tie." I'm like, "What for? What? No, this is just a look, you know." And she told me, "You don't dress for the job you're applying for. You dress for the job you want." So if you want to be the manager, don't go in there and dress like you coming in here to fry some fries. Dress like the manager. I remember, I probably told y'all this before. I remember I was in my parole office one day. I came outside and I was using my mama car. So when I got outside, instead of jumping in the car, I stood out there for a second and I smoking a cigarette. I couldn't smoke in my mama car. Well, while I was out there, some dudes pulled up or they came out the building or whatever, but they were like parked beside me. And one of them like, "Hey, bro, man, you clean, man. See, if I knew goddamn I could be like you, shit, I'd have been a parole officer instead of being a parolee." I'm like, "I was like parole officer." He's like, "You ain't a parole officer?" I'm like, "Hell no, nigga, I'm on parole, nigga. I just got the job like 2.5 months ago." They were like, "Oh shit, bro, I swear you like a parole officer." I'm like, damn. Nigga really made me feel good about myself, man. But damn, we've been going over an hour. I didn't think we were gonna be going that long. Anyway, man. Y'all think about what I said. Get back with it. I had something else I wanted to do. I can't really remember exactly what it is right now. So if I don't see y'all tomorrow, happy Mother's Day to all the ladies. Happy Mother's Day to y'all mamas, your wives, and all that. One of the nephews on here got a story. I talked to him yesterday. So we probably gonna connect tomorrow and do an episode. But tomorrow is Mother's Day, so there's no guarantee we're gonna do that. If not, Monday. Quick update. I've been in contact with the job down here because my job, y'all know they on their bullshit. Yesterday was payday. I did not get paid. I called them. I wanted to call them to cuss them out, but they didn't answer the phone. I sure had some words. But dude called me back and was like, "Man, I got a missed call." So I went in my, "Oh, you gonna play stupid mode, huh?" "Bro, where my check at?" "Oh, man, I don't know. There's something going on." And the HR department went home for the day, man. They'll be back Monday, so call them back Monday. Or we gonna have them call you. I'm like, "Uh-huh. All right, bro, whatever." But the other job, man, everything was going smooth with them. They had me set up to go take my drug test Monday, which would have been back Wednesday, and then we'd have been talking about that airplane ticket. Uh, they got two different divisions. I only drive automatic trucks. So they called me back yesterday and was like, "Look, bro, our bad, our over the road, go get the money trucks. We don't have an automatic for you right now. But we do have an automatic in our stay around here in Dakota. We got an automatic for you." And I'm like, "Damn." He's like, "But
We got some new trucks rolling in, and we ought to have an automatic for you on the other side by June, the middle of June. June is next month, so I didn't really trip. I'm like, all right, it sounds like it all works itself out. It don't really matter if I go and live in Dakota for a month, as long as y'all room and board, you know what I'm saying? At least room. Um, because I would have been living in the truck anyway, on the road. And I know when you first go out for, they're gonna probably want you out there for a month anyway. So I'm like, it's cool. It'll work itself out. I'll go to Dakota about a month, man, and do my thug thing. I can put that down on my resume as I lived in North Dakota, South Dakota, whichever one it is, for a month. Um, what else? I've been home over a week now. I still have not met this baby boy. We've been talking a little bit, just a little bit. And I asked her yesterday, you know what I'm saying, could we get the DNA test done? She was like, yeah, we can do one as long as you're going to pay for it. I told her, shit, I'll pay for it. It's nothing. Whatever it costs, I'll pay for it. Because I don't plan on going the rest of my life wondering, wanting to know, and needing the answer to the question. I want to know. So, shit, whatever it costs, yeah, I'll pay for it. So that's what we had on all that. Anybody who wanted to update. And now I must go because I'm going to have to leave this house and find me somebody at a restaurant to go find me some food. On that note, don't be afraid to take the long road instead of the wrong road. Do things the long way instead of the wrong way. Find somebody to help. Tell somebody you love them. Happy Mother's Day to your mothers and your wives. We out. Out. And y'all know I love you and I appreciate you.